What's up? How you doing? Welcome to Friday Night Daily Fuel. I gotta turn this thing on. Hang on a second. There we go. Yes, Friday Night Daily Fuel. Friday night means if I'm not driving anywhere, I get myself a large glass of wine. Feel free to have some with me, assuming you have your own wine, because I'm not sharing. Welcome to Daily Fuel. Welcome to the replay. My name is Bobby. I am unless you're live, then you're not in the replay yet. It's live right now, unless you're watching the replay, in which case it's not live right now. It's very confusing. Not to me. I know when I'm live. It's very easy for me to know when I'm live. Anyway, if you're in the replay, or if you think you're in the replay, write a hashtag. Am I in the replay? I have no idea. Bobby's confusing me today. But let me know you're here in the replay. I like to know that people watch it after I do the lives, and you can comment, you can add your own 2 cents. And as always, if you don't know this, I do not require people to agree with me. So if your comments are disagreements with me, then by all means let me know that and disagree, because I am not perfect, and certainly I am open-minded enough to change my mind if you can change it. But, you know, if not, then we would just disagree. But if you're here live, then also you can start commenting, as I see most of you are. And I'm going to go through my spiel in a minute. I'm going to ignore the comments, but I'll say hi to some people first. Amy's here. Hello. Hello. How are you? Thank you for that comment. Happy Friday, says Mikey. What's up, buddy? And Dagmar's here. Hi. Hi. How are you? That was a really... great post you did today. It was very vulnerable and different, and I liked it. I was thinking today, I'm talking to Dagmar, I was thinking today how we don't get a lot of very personal posts like that, and a lot of times I like to think of us as we are the art, not just the art that we make, but ourselves is the art, and your post kind of moved that forward, Dagmar, so thank you for that. Mikey's having wine, and Crimson is here. Hello, TGIF. And Friday night means booze night. If you drink, some people don't drink, and that's totally fine, but I like my wine. And I made it to the live again today. Nice. And Marsha's here. Hey, Marsha, how you doing? Haven't seen you in a while. Nice to see you. And Donna is here. She has not gotten killed by any spiders yet. That's good. And Ray is here. Hi, hi. And Dagmar and Robin's here too, and Brandy's here. Okay, well, Brandy's here. We can start. Oh, and my wife is here too. Hi, hi, hi. How you doing? All right, let's. I'm probably past 2 minutes. I'm past 3 minutes. Okay, all right. Be quiet, everybody. I'm gonna start now. Oh, and Kelly's here. Hi. Okay, enough of the highs. Let's start. Oh, you decide what's appropriate. This is a conversation that I had today, first with my wife Laura, and then with Lion's Tooth. Haley says, I'm late. No, you're not late. I'm just starting. This is the beginning. You decide what's appropriate. A conversation I had this morning with my wife, and then today is Friday. Friday means wine night, but it also means my weekly call with Landon Porter, and so I had that call. So first I talked to my wife about something, and then I continued the conversation with Landon in the afternoon. I had come up on a brick wall with something, and it was really annoying me. It was an emotional brick wall, because it was a new program in my head that I hadn't really considered as something that was making me unconsciously do things in my life. What happened was I created a dichotomy of possibilities, two things that I wanted that seemed diametrically opposed to each other, and I couldn't have both. It doesn't matter what they are, but it had to do with business and money. So because I'm getting ready to launch this thing, and so just just so you kind of understand what I'm talking about, I have been kind of doing things a certain way for the past several months to provide, to be the provider of the family and to make money and stuff like that. And I was open to these ways of making money while I was building this business. And the interesting thing that happened was that now that the business is ready to get going, I kind of hit a snag with the way that I was making money, and it was very disrupting to me. I was like, what the fuck? I didn't want this, you know? And here's where I landed on it. It's that I had decided what was appropriate, and now it was no longer seemingly appropriate based on my programs, because stuff that I wanted versus stuff that I felt was appropriate based on my programming as a human living in this world. It's really weird how this works. So just as a recap for my beliefs about source energy and everything, you may have heard me say something like this before. So I believe we are all source energy, spiritual beings having a human experience here, right? And so you've heard me say I packed my stuff and I packed my resources, and I've done that. Well, I also kind of created this thought in my I also decided as source energy what was appropriate for me to believe in and to do in life and to want to have. But then I came here, and here I am. I'm now this physical dude, and I don't know what the hell this was. I'll never do that again. That was weird. And then, you know, you grow up, you have, you're a baby, and then you're a kid, and then you're a teenager, and you have all these people in your life, from parents to teachers to relatives and other kids and just everybody around you that adds to your programming. It's like they teach you what's appropriate to do in life, and then you're trying to get what you want within the confines of what's allowed based on your programming. Does that make sense? Anything is possible, anything is allowed based on what source says, but not everything is allowed based on what society says. And so now you're living in these confines of like, well, I really want this, but I hit a brick wall there. So maybe I'll try heading this, but I'm not allowed to go that way. So now I'm living about what I want as the source energy spiritual being that I am, what I want that way, versus what I feel is appropriate as this 3D meat suit person living in a society that says what's appropriate and that I have decided I believe. That's the run up to this. So here are the three things. Is we do this with everything, but here are three of them. So tell me if these make sense to you. Number one is we do this with our art. By the way, the light is so bright in my face for some reason today. I can't even see my spiel. I'm like squinting to see it. I don't know what I did. It's not that close. Oh, it is too close. See, I could see. Hang on a second. I did it again. This happened once before. Man, just an inch too close makes such a difference. I'm blind. Sorry about that. Anyway, so we do this with our art, right? It's like what I want with my art versus what society says is okay versus what other people want from me. I want to make this, but other people want me to make this for them. Or I want to be this kind of artist, but that's not socially acceptable. Or that's censored in some way. Or anything. It's like you want what you want, and you get to decide what's appropriate. But we have this stuff in our head that people have said, well, that's not appropriate, and that's not appropriate, and that's not appropriate. But you know what? That's bullshit. We get to decide what's appropriate for us. You get to decide what's appropriate for you. When it comes to your art, when it comes to whatever you're creating, when it comes to whatever you're doing. Number two is how we live and make money. And this is where I was hitting the brick wall, because as source, I want to be an artist. That's what I want to do. But my programming tells me that now I don't suffer from the artists are starving and can't make money thing. I personally don't suffer from that one. But I know that a lot of us in this group do. So I'm going to mention it. But, you know, I want to be an artist. But the programming in society says that artists are starving artists and you can't make money as an artist. That's not the one that I suffer from, but here's the one that I do suffer from. The one that I do suffer from is if you want to be an artist making money, then you have to do it the way entrepreneurs do it. And I, Bobby, do not want to be the entrepreneur, all right? I want to be the artist. And this is when Landon said something that was really powerful to me. And he said, why do you have to be the entrepreneur that makes money? Why can't you be the man that makes money? You know, and we were speaking as men, as providers in our family, but this applies to women as well. It wasn't so much the gender identity as much as the masculine energy. And he said, you know, the energy that you have in your family is that you are the masculine energy that brings you're the provider, right? And he's like, does your family care where you got dinner from? Do they really give a shit how you did it? No, they just want to know that you did it. Your job is to do it. You are the artist. You want to be an artist. You don't have to be the entrepreneur bro who's building funnels and sales pages and doing all this stuff and urgency and all that crap and trying to sell something you don't want to sell in order to do it. You can do it the way that you want to do it. You get to decide what's appropriate. And having this conversation today just made me realize that was the missing piece here, is that I am trying to create something and I can't get out of this entrepreneur program. And today I did. And I'm really, really excited about that. And you can do that too. If you have that program, then you can decide to do it your own way. If you have the struggling program where it's like, everyone keeps telling you artists don't make money. You need to get a real job. You need to be, just that's a hobby. You know, things like that. That is also bullshit programming that you do not have to listen to. You can reprogram yourself. This live is not about how to reprogram yourself. I'm telling you, you can. You're allowed to. And we will continue talking about this so that we can do it. And then the third one is just relationships with other people in general, because this is something that I see all the time in my life and in friends' lives and stuff. We are allowed to be true to ourselves rather than do what other people expect us to do, because that's what just makes them happy or it makes them feel more comfortable. You know, it's like, I'm going to be an artist and I'm going to do this thing. That makes people uncomfortable. That's why they call it starving artists, not because there's factual proof that everybody on earth agrees with that no artist ever has made $1. That's crap. The thing is that you saying you want to be an artist makes other people uncomfortable because other people have decided they're not allowed to do what they want to do because they have to do this other thing that they don't want to do. But you are doing the thing you want to do, and that makes them feel bad. So then they're going to make themselves feel better by saying, yeah, but you can't make money doing that. How are you going to make money? You need to do something else. When people tell you something like that, they're not telling you that you can't do it. They're telling you that they can't do it. And they don't know how to reconcile this in their head, that you're going to do it and they can't, and that makes them feel bad. So in order to feel better, they're going to make you feel bad. Don't let them do that. You get to decide what's appropriate. And breathe. Okay, let's see if you people have anything to say about this. And I don't care if you do, because I get to decide what's appropriate for me. So, Donna says, oh, hi. I saw this, saw that, saw this, saw that. Robin's got wine. I'm going to take a sip of wine with Robin. Robin, cheers. And whoever else has wine. If you're not drinking wine, if you're drinking something else, and cheers to you too. Brandy made it. You almost didn't make it. You almost didn't get tagged. Making me work late. I'm teasing you. Kelly's here, hi, and you guys now are saying hi to each other. Oh, who's this? Evening all. I'm late. Did I see that? No, it's right before that. Evening all. Oh, it's Susie. Hi, Susie. How are you? Susie, there's a. I'll tag you in it. There's a link you gotta click. I'm using a software called Ecamm Live, and it doesn't show me your face and your name, or your profile picture rather, and your name. unless you give it permission, because we're in a private Facebook group and there are privacy settings, and so it's just not allowed. So you do that one time only. Is you only have to ever do this one time until it stops working, and then you got to do it again. And but it should work for quite a long time. Haley is here. You're not late. Yay, LP. Yep. He's awesome. Be quiet. That's what my elementary teacher told me sometimes. No, it's ack. Be quiet. What I forgot what the context of that was. Sorry, Robin. Melinda is here. She said nothing. I don't know what that means. But hi, Melinda. How are you? You're here, apparently. Maybe it's just Melinda is watching. I don't know. Dagmar says, thank you, Bobby. I am very happy how my post was welcome. It was a big step. Many nice, warm comments. Yes, I read that it was a big step for you, and I wanted you to know that I saw that and that I appreciated you taking that step here, because that's the point of here, is that this is a safe space to take those big steps. So thank you so much for doing that. And you know, and here's the thing too, is that as somebody else, Blake, mentioned today, because I did a post saying, hey, if you're afraid to post your art, do it, because we want to see it. You know, don't be afraid to post your stuff here. And the Blake asked, is it okay if I post the covers of my books, because I'm a writer, you know? And I was like, well, writing is art. We have poets in here, and of course that you can put the cover of your book. You can put an excerpt from your book or quotes. It's all art, and I personally will never judge anybody's art and say that's not art. I feel that anything that you create and comes from your heart, comes from your soul, is art. That's what the definition of art is. Whether it doesn't have to be defined by some museum curator somewhere as art. I don't care what that person thinks. I get to decide what's appropriate for me. You get to decide what's art to you. So if you feel like this thing that I make is art, and I would like to share that with people, you're allowed to share that here. Whether anybody else thinks it's art or not, that's not their decision to make, because it's art. Because that's what art is. Don't hurt your back. Oh, that's so funny. Okay, so that requires a story. So because I did this before, right? And there's this is gonna sound so dumb. No one's gonna think this is funny. Anyway, so this one time I went for a walk at the park, and I don't know why, but I leaped up. I'm 6'4" and over 200 and something pounds, so I don't leap. I go 4 inches off the ground, but I jumped up to get something that was on a branch. I think I wanted to grab a leaf or something. I don't remember why I did this, but I did. Anyway, when I jumped up to grab it, and when I landed, for whatever reason, I got a twinge in my lower back, and I was like, ow! And then I got home, and Laura's like, what happened? I said, well, I jumped up to get something out of a tree, and I hurt my back when I landed. And so that has become a catchphrase in our house. God forbid I jump or reach for something, and so any person in my family will ask me, did you hurt your back when you landed? So that's that. Sorry for that story, but allowed by society. Yes. Thank you, Donna, for getting us back on track here. Allowed by society. What is allowed by society? Nothing is allowed by society. No matter what you do, you're going to piss somebody off. Can we just agree with that? No matter what you do, you are going to piss off somebody. Right? Oh, what's the matter? My puppy just yawned or something. All right, you're going to annoy somebody. So who gives a crap? Don't change who you are because you're afraid of annoying people. Don't not post your stuff in the group because you're afraid somebody's going to be offended by it. Who's offended by art? Seriously, art is everything. Nothing is allowed by society. You're always going to annoy somebody. There's always a group against that thing you like. There's always. So who cares? Haley says, absolutely 100. We are programmed from birth into shackles. Yeah, you know? And we just are. And it's unfortunate because we are programmed by people who themselves were programmed by people who were programmed by people before them who were programmed. it's just an ongoing thing. Somebody in the group, oh, darn it, I forgot who it was. I'm sorry if you're watching this, I forgot who it was. Posted they were new to the group, and they posted their first piece of artwork. Something it was just it looked like a freeing of characters, and it was just like something that they drew to commemorate the breaking of a generational curse, a generational thing. Like a lot of people in this time are breaking generational cycles through our spiritual thinking. The way that we think about spirituality and source energy is not new where no one's thought it before, but it's new in the sense that so many of us are talking about it, and we're talking about it openly, you know? Except in a private group, but still, we're talking about it openly. If we said stuff about it, people might be like, I don't get that, but they're not going to shoot you or burn you for it, you know, at a stake. So we are breaking generational cycles that one generation after another was just put into shackles emotionally. It's freeing, and I feel like that's what we're doing here. The art part is the important part too, because the art part is art part is I've said it 4 times now, it sounds ridiculous. The art part is our superpower. It's how we can tap into our spirituality in ways that other people can't. Man, I love doing this. I think we have to learn to live within the confines of... Now, I know you didn't get cut off because you wrote ... and you ended the quote. Is that something I said? I don't know what that means. Darn it. I'm sorry, Robin. We have a lot of unlearning to do. We really do, right? We have a lot of unlearning to do. Here's the easy way to do this. Wow, I get smart when I let it flow out. I talk to Landon, I'm like, what am I doing wrong? And then I get on here and I'm just like, oh, here's the answer. Let's not think of it as unlearning to do, okay? Let's think of it this way. It's all crap. I don't even have to examine any of it. I don't have to figure out, well, this so-and-so taught me this, and this one taught me that, and I learned this when I was 5 years old. It doesn't matter. You can keep digging to get to the root, and guess what? There's going to be more crap under that root that you then have to dig up to get into more stuff. It doesn't matter. What if it's just all... wrong? What if it's all not wrong? Hang on. What if we can assume that most of the programming that we've gotten growing up through our lives is not of service to us, and we don't have to necessarily unlearn it, but we can start asking this question: is this working for me? How do I feel about this? Where am I with this? Questions like that, you know, check in with yourself every day and just ask yourself, like, is this really working for me? Do I really believe this? Is this what I actually want? And because what happens is we create this false sense of, this is what Landon said to me today. We create this false sense of choice as if it's either this or this, because, and these are his words, because that's all the universe can handle is 2 things. It's either this one or it's this one. There's no other choices, right? That's not the truth. That's not the truth, you know? So we don't necessarily have to unlearn these things. We can just ask ourselves, is it really this or this, or can it be what I want? What do I actually want, and can I decide that that's appropriate for me right now, and give myself the option to change my mind at a later date if I desire to? And the answer is yes, you can, because that's the title of this one. You decide what's appropriate. So thanks, Donna, for that. Yes, we get to decide what's appropriate for us. Yes, we do. Are you shouting that across the Atlantic Ocean so I can hear you? It didn't work, but I can see it. So that's good. And Crimson says, we are born free, and as we grow, society puts us in a maze, building walls and telling us what way to go. I'm just finding out that I can break the walls down and I don't have to be a rat stuck in the maze. Here's something else to think about. the walls aren't actually there. There are no walls. The door to the cell that you're in is unlocked. You can open it and leave. You just have to ask yourself, do I want to be here anymore? No? Then let's get out of here. Let's figure out where I want to go. Where do I want to be? What do I want to be doing? I want to make this kind of art, but society tells me I can't. I have to make this kind of art. I want to make money this way, but society tells me that won't work. I have to do it this way. Is society right? Who told us that? People who were told that themselves and are just repeating it because they decided to believe it. What is that called? Catherine said it the other day. It's when you believe something and now you're invested in it so much that it's too hard for you to get away from it. You've invested so much in it. There's a phrase for this, and I can't. So that's someone's going to comment, and in 15 minutes I'm going to read it and be like, what are you talking about? I don't know. But you know what I mean? It's like they're invested in it so much, and their entire way of life depends on other people believing that. We are a threat to that because we're like, no. I'm not doing that. I'm doing my thing. We're a threat to the way that society was built. Society requires us to be in these shackles, as Haley said. Melinda. Oh my God. Yep. I'm sure whatever I said was brilliant. So thank you for agreeing. Haley says, I want to be a Banksy, wake up, shake up, a bit of a rebel. The money will come as and when I need it. I'm sure of it. It will. Got a plan brewing, no outlay. We shall see, just flow. Haley, you're a little new here, so you missed all my daily fuels early on where I talked about why I started this group. For everybody else, I'm going to say them again really fast. They went a little like this. Hi, I started this group. I have no idea why I started this group. I just had this inkling that I needed to start a group. I don't have a business plan. I don't have anything to sell you. I don't know why I'm even here other than that Source was telling me start a Facebook group and start talking to them. And I went, okay, because I didn't fight it. I just went with the flow of it. And it's been 9 months since I started this group. I'm about to launch a business from it, which is what got me into this pickle, because launching the business, suddenly I hit a new brick wall saying, this thing is not appropriate. And now I'm saying today, who cares what everybody else says? It is appropriate. So, Haley, yeah, definitely. You want to be Banksy? Be Banksy. Do it. And if you don't know how to get there, just take whatever step you can take each day and ask yourself, is what I'm doing appropriate to me? As long as the answer to that is yes and you feel good about it, then you get to do it. And that's that. Dagmar. We are breaking down so much limiting thoughts, pleasing, dynamics, roles, pleasing other people, right? Just that word, pleasing other people. We have to, man, that, you know what? I wrote it and I didn't say it. I'm going to do, hang on a second. Darn it. Hang on a second. You made me think of something. Dagmar, you made me think. Thanks. The word I'm thinking of is selfish. But I'm not going to get too deep into it because that could be a whole daily fuel in and of itself. Don't be selfish is what people say. You know, pleasing, dynamics, roles. The mind needs the mind needs the connection with the heart. The heart knows desires. The mind can't always connect by that feeling. No, the mind is stuck in this world trying to figure out what's appropriate based on other people's desires. The heart knows what your true desire is. We are heartists. We need to follow the heart, which gives you judgments towards your desires because of expectations of our environment. Yeah, then we start judging ourselves because we feel that other people are judging us. That's why I call this group a safe space. There is no judgment here. There can't be. We can't be artists and judges. That just doesn't go together. Bless you. My dog sneezed. She's silent all day long, and as soon as I'm on a live, she's like, oh, I'm gonna make noise now. She's been hanging out with me. It's nice. Mikey, we always try to please an audience based on what we think is acceptable, but that strategy is faulty, as the audience always changes and will, hopefully, respond to the magic energy we express, whatever it may be. Put it out there anyway. Yeah, case in point, hello, here I am. I did not take a course on how to do live videos. Nobody taught me how, nobody suggested to me, get up and talk really fast and don't breathe and have wine on Fridays. I'm just being me. This is just me. This is natural to me. I would never suggest to anybody to try to copy me if what I'm doing isn't natural to you, because you can't keep this up. This is a ridiculous amount of energy that I put out to do it, but it's actual energy that comes from my heart. It's not energy that I have to go muster. Oh God, I gotta do another one of those freaking things. Hang on. Hi guys, I guess I'll do another one. No, it's like I can't wait. It's like it's time. It just it doesn't stop, you know. So the case in point to Mikey's point is that I didn't worry about, will people like this? I was just like, I need to do this. I need to get this out. The right people will show up. Hi, here you are, Donna. This is great stuff flying out of your face today, Bobby. Boy, you say something once. I can't drink wine while I'm laughing. I'm going to spit it out. You trying triggers their insecurities and head trash. Yes, absolutely, right? What I was saying earlier is that you're doing it makes them feel like crap for not doing it or not knowing how to do it. You ever see the movie Boys in the Hood? Boys in the Hood. It was in the 90s. It was you know what, you know, whatever. Anyway, Lawrence Fishburne played the dad, and what's his name? Cuba Gooding Jr. was the son. And Lawrence Fishburne, the son wants to go to college and grow up and get out of the hood, you know, and the dad is trying to explain to him why it's so hard to get out of the hood. It's not just because of all the things that, you know, keep people trapped there, but he was explaining that also the people in the hood keep each other trapped here because they're like the crabs in the bucket. That when you have a bucket full of crabs, they're all trying to get out of the bucket by crawling up the side of the bucket to get out. And anytime one of them gets close to the top, instead of working together to pull each other up, the ones below grab the one up top to try and get up and pull it back down. Not just to pull it back down to, you know, no, you're not allowed up there. You know, the crabs are doing it to try and get out, but the effect is that they keep pulling each other back down. So the metaphor here is that we as a human society, we get very threatened, right? Is that the word used? Triggered their insecurities. We threaten people when we are showing, look at me climbing to the top, and other people around you go, oh, I wasn't able to make it to the top. That triggers my insecurities and makes me feel like a failure. Let me point out to you all the ways that you're also going to fail, because that will make me feel better about my failures and my inability to do the thing that I wanted to do. But I'm going to do it in such a way as to feel like I'm doing it so that it shows that I'm caring about you. Be careful. People don't work out when they try that. That's starving artists, right? No, the reason they're doing it is because, look at me, I'm going to do this thing. And they go, good for you. Be careful of that thing, because when I tried that, it failed, and now I feel like shit, and I can't watch you do it. That's the thing. So there you go. Thank you. Oh God. I'm gonna need a sip of wine for this one. Hang on. Okay. Ack! Cut off before I was finished. What were you saying? I don't remember. I hate when that happens. Within the confines of what's in our mind, not what's in someone else's mind, not what's in other people's minds, plural, not what's in our parents' minds, but what we decide that we want. Yes, this is what we're talking about. Absolutely excellent. That's who needs to be the one who decides. You. Not anyone else, not someone, not something else. Oh, that's an interesting point, right? Not something else. We're thinking of other people, but not also something else. You know, not your organization, not your religion, not your political party. You know, it's whatever it is. It's not a person, not a thing. Good point. Where am I? And what is in the mind is what either frees or confines. Oh, that's cool. Often, though, it takes many years for some people to get it. It's not their fault. It's just something that happens in life oftentimes. But for the fortunate ones, they finally realize this important, wonderful fact that you are the decider. Yeah, absolutely. We get to decide. You get to decide for you. I get to decide for me. We can cheer each other on in this group because this group is different than the rest of the outside world. In here, we cheer each other on. Nobody has to be threatened by anybody else's decisions. This is appropriate for me. This is appropriate for me. They both fit because you doing this or that one doing that doesn't affect in any way. It doesn't mess you up. If I want to make a graphic novel and I want to have a business doing daily fuels all the time, that doesn't mess you up. And I'm going to teach you what I'm doing so that you can do what you want to do. Haley says, I worked in schools, elementary. You'll be surprised how much creative education is being suppressed and knocked off the curriculum here in the UK for many years. So yeah, not just there, here as well. US. Yeah. Schools. Yeah, I'm not even going to get into that. But yeah, for sure. I said hi. It didn't say hi on my screen. I believe you. But hi. How are you? I'm glad that you're here. And that's funny. Oh, I love this. Amy says, in a lot of ways, my journey since joining this group has been about reprogramming, retraining my brain. Yeah, I've changed how I deal with the gifts the universe has sent my way and not reacted with fear or unworthiness, instead telling myself I can and I want to. That's awesome. I'm so delighted to hear that. That's really great. Laura, she's laughing. My wife's a hoot. I would like to hear some music. Where are our musicians on Daily Fuel or dancers? The whole spectrum. Wow, this is interesting. You said this. And yes, not sure what that dance move was, Bobby, when you jumped a pirouette. I don't know. I do not dance. I can sing. I can draw. I can talk. I can speak. I don't know if I can act. I mean, I did some things with my buddy Tony, and it was fun. But I don't know that I can or I can't. I've never really tried acting or anything like that. I do voiceovers for my TV show, so that's kind of acting, I suppose. I don't know. Not to knock voiceover acting. I know that that's a thing in and of an art in and of itself. But dancing? No, I can't dance, and I don't know why, but. I'm with you on that. I would love to hear some music, and I was thinking about my own music because I want to bring that into the group as well. I'll just say it right now because I had a thought to start doing like a concert night in the group where different performing artists. The group is set up so that it's so easy for visual artists. Here's a picture of this thing, and here's a video of me showing this thing that I did. But performing artists have a little bit of a harder time in a Facebook group. It's not really set up for that. I was thinking of doing a live I'm just gonna performance night or a concert night, for lack of a better word, where one or two artists can do a live performance of their art, and I just thought that would be a fun thing to do. So Haley, that's right. Dagmar, are you familiar with and consciousness, stretching the space between two opposites? Too much to type. No, I'm not, but let me write that down and look that up. It's and consciousness. Is that what it's called? I've never heard of that. Dagmar, you're really making me think and write things down today. And consciousness. Dagmar. Okay. I don't know. I'll Google that. I don't know what that is. Marcia says, I put no limits on my business life. What works with one venture. That's a cool owl. You changed your profile picture. Unless you turned into a bird. That would be really cool, but I doubt it. I put no limits on my business life. What works with one venture doesn't with another. Always look outside the box and do what your gut instinct tells you to do. I don't pay attention to the ones telling me that I can't do something a certain way. If it works for me, I go for it. awesome. That's really, really awesome. And that right there is the nuts and bolts of what we're talking about here. Generational curses, break them, be free, break them, shackles, fear. Right? It's tough. What is it? If you don't know what a generational curse is, it just means that like your family, generation after generation, you've all suffered from the same prison of the mind kind of a thing. The belief system has been taught from generation to generation to generation, and now with people like us really exploring our spirituality in a way that prior to us wasn't really allowed. We're breaking generational curses. So that's really awesome. Amy, it's like a crime to make money from doing something you enjoy because so many people are having to make money from doing really unhappy jobs. Yeah, they make it like, how can you do that? How does that work? And then they have to make up all this crap to make you doubt yourself. Don't listen to them. What did I say? If somebody is telling you you can't do a thing, they are really telling you. I'm going to post this in the group later. If somebody is... I'm sorry, I got to write this down. Otherwise, I'll forget. If someone is telling you you can't do a thing, they're really telling you... I need to learn shorthand or something. They're really telling you they can't do that thing. Okay, good. When I take a break like that and it's quiet, I feel like everybody left. it's like so quiet. I'm like, no, don't leave. But I don't know. Did you leave? No. Right? Yeah, where was I? Right? From many unhappy jobs. Yeah. If someone's telling you that you can't do a thing, they're really telling you that they can't do a thing. The art part. Inner child work helps by not only living for the appreciation of others. When we integrate this, our core point in this topic finds ways to live, desires, create, follow joy. Inner child work. I like that. We lose touch with that part of us that we had as a kid. When we are kids, we don't worry about that, you know? That's when we learn it. We're like, look at this thing I can do. And adults will say, don't do that, you're gonna hurt yourself. But kids do it all the time. Or other kids will say, you're not allowed to do that or something, or that's stupid, or that's not cool, or that's lame. And then the kids learn it from grown-ups and then teach it to other kids. But the inner child doesn't lose that magic. The inner child retains it. Our job is to not so much unlearn these things, but to relearn how to... That's great. Thank you, Dagmar and Donna. Donna said earlier, we have so much unlearning to do. And I was like, yes, but... And I didn't know what the but was. I was trying to get there. This is the but. The but is it's not so much. Let's rephrase that, okay? Good point, Donna, but let's rephrase it. It's not so much that we have unlearning to do. We have to relearn how to tap into that inner child. The inner child never went away. He or she is still in there, or they. We need to get tapped into that again, right? Do it. Just do it. Hello, I said that also. There's many choices. Yeah, I know you said that also. I'm not saying you didn't say it. We're fine. I'm going to be in trouble. Refine our intuition. That's our truth. Yeah, our intuition is the inner child. That's where intuition comes from. The inner child knows what is appropriate for us, what is perfect for us, what is awesome, what lights us up. Our intuition comes from there. The inner child is the pure source that we came with. That's what it is. It's not a little kid who doesn't know better. It's a little kid who does know better. Everything is subjective. Everything is subjective. We only see... Justin Telford said this in a comment today. It was great. We can only see things from our own perspective. And we can only decide what's appropriate for us based on our own perspective and based on tapping back into that inner child. But when I tap into my inner child and I decide what's appropriate, that may be a different answer than when you tap into your inner child and decide what's appropriate for you. Even from a source perspective, what's appropriate is subjective, because if it weren't, then what's the point of being here? Yes, we all come from the same source and we're all one in that unity, but we wanted to have different perspectives, different experiences, to come into the world and look back upon ourselves from different experiences. Subjective. Yes, that's better than unlearned. Cool. I'm glad you agree. I have to go. Have fun here and love to you all. Bye. Well, you're probably gone, so whatever. Haley says, thank you, universe. Thank you, Bobby. Your timing was perfect. Doctor Who. I love Doctor Who. Yeah, right? We had a Doctor Who day, you and me. That was fun. Pleasing other people. Yeah, don't do it. Just it's not worth it. And you know what the other thing is you can't please them. You can try, but even if you do what they want, they still don't. It doesn't work. Really? Okay. we all have it within us to manifest our own realities. This is what the energy work is for. To listen to what it is that you really want and let our higher selves and the universe guide us, surprise us, and help us make it a reality. There's a comma. You put a comma. We all, in a way, have each other's answers, and by sharing our thoughts and processes, we figure things out that help us along our paths. 2 commas. We are working out what's appropriate for us within the daily fuel, so thank you for the energy you put in, and bless you, puppy. Yes, thank you. Oh, thanks. I tease because I love. Thank you. Actually, really don't understand that word religion. Surely it should be called relationship to your understanding from source. I said religion before. I was talking about because I said that it doesn't even have to come from people, individuals. It could come from groups or organization, no matter, because what Robin said, it doesn't have, I forgot what you said. We learned it from someone or from something, and then I said, yeah, it could be from. When I said religion, I meant an organized social group. That's what I meant. Not that organized social groups are bad per se. I'm just saying that don't let anybody's what's the word? Don't let anybody's judgment supersede your own. You get to decide what's appropriate for you, and if it goes against what you're being taught by this group that you're a part of, then you've got some reconciliation to do. You have to figure out, well, I feel this, I'm taught this. Is it even only one of these 2 things? Could it be something else? But, you have to learn how to reconnect to that inner child and figure out how to do that, even if it's within the organized thing that you're a part of. I feel a song. The name escapes me about church. Great intro, LOL. I don't know. Concert would be good. You just show up and say yes to the music. Am I hard on you? You know it's because I like you, right? Laura says, Kayla told me to tell you to wrap it up. She wants pizza and she's getting tired. Okay. Amy, fabulous Amy. So good. I'm glad. Kayla can wait. No, didn't leave. Who didn't leave? Why can't I click these things? It's not really unlearning. It's more remembering what our source already knows. Yeah, thanks. That's it. It's remembering what our source already knows. I married a smart person. Amy, the bless you puppy was not you, but because your dog sneezed. Yeah, I got that. When you said puppy, I know because my dog is here. Robin says, when we're kids, we pick up some crayons or pencils and start scribbling just to see what happens. They don't seem to be concerned with being perfect or impressing people except mommy or daddy. That's right. And it reminds me of, as an artist, trying new things or a new work just to see what happens. And I know for me, it's one of the joys of art. And I suspect that many other artists might feel the same also. Yeah, just what happens? What happens if I do this? What happens if I do that? It's okay to do that. And by the way, it's okay for it not to work out too. We are an organized social group. LOL. Well, we are, I guess, right? I get you, though. I grew up doing Christmas. I broke that curse. LOL. If something doesn't work for you, then you don't have to do it. And that's that. Donna, let's address the elephant in the room. Who here actually believes that Bobby is 6'4"? Pretty sure he's just a torso with arms and a head. Am I right? I am, actually. You saw me in the picture with the elevator from about a month ago. Marsha, I have a very artistic daughter that puts her own twist and signatures on her artwork that many people see as strange. I try hard not to squash that desire to create in that way. I tell her to always be herself in her art. Always. You have no idea where that's going to lead her. She has no idea where that's going to lead her. But the people who are trying to squish something like that, I'm going to speak generally here. Even as artists, people can do it, right? I am an artist. I create in this unique way. Other artists in art school and stuff might be saying it's more commercially acceptable to do it this way. You know, I went to school for graphic design. Everything we learned was how to appeal to the masses. You know, who cares about that? Because that's homogenizing art. Let her do her thing, and the audience will find her. You do your thing, and your audience will find you. Like Davros, the Dalek master. Oh, what was the context? Are we gonna? I don't know. I know who he is, but I don't know what the context of your question is. All right. Anyway, that's the last comment. We're gonna wrap this one up because my kids want pizza apparently, and now that my wife is hanging out with us, she's gonna let me know right in the thing. It's time to go. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. Haley, you have the booby prize for the moment, unless somebody steals it, which they probably will, like that. Thank you for today. I loved it. Thank you. By the way, thank you all for today. I have a post asking what Daily Fuel means to you, and the answers were just unbelievable. I just wanted to say thank you to everybody. If you didn't see the post, look for it. And I'm asking everybody what Daily Fuel means to them because that's what fuels me to keep doing it. And Brandy's still here. Thank you. Thank you for showing up. Pizza night. Yeah. My son wanted pizza, and we're all getting pizza, so we're going to watch a movie. All right, we gotta get pizza, and I will see you guys tomorrow, Saturday. So we'll be here, and Haley, you're back at the last thing, so you get the booby prize tonight. Have a wonderful night, everybody, and except for you, Donna, you have a thank you. You have a nice day, and try not to get bitten by a spider or something. See you tomorrow, guys. Bye bye. Thank you.